Alright, one way to organize your Canvas content is to create pages. Think of pages as little mini web pages within your Canvas course. So, you can also think of it as like a Google Doc that you could edit and work on. You can post pictures, links, documents, things like that that a kid could work with. So the way Pages works is you're going to be first taken to your home page that you've made your home page, which what I've done here is I've actually imported or embedded HTML code to make my page just look a little better. The thing about Pages is you don't have a lot of font choices. You have no font choices. And so I actually went in and created this little mini web page about myself with pictures and stuff through a Microsoft app called Sway. And if you want to edit it, you just go to Edit or View All Pages. And so what you're going to do is do View All Pages, and every page you create will list here. Since it's the beginning of the year, I don't have many pages created. Make a new page, you just click plus page, title it. So maybe you're doing something on the Civil War. So Civil War. And then this is where you're able to place all the different content within your page. And again, if you look at it like a web page or a Google Doc that kids can't edit, they can only view, then a page will make sense. But you can also make your page editable with students, kind of like a wiki, where a wiki is a place where any student can add information and create like an encyclopedia. That's why they call it Wikipedia, because anybody has access to create it. So students could actually have access to a page and then put content on it. The downfall of that is not everybody can access the page at the same time. So if you want workarounds, I would love to work with you on that. But if you like the idea of it just being just a simple web page where students can get content, this is what you want to do. Here's your editor here. So you can bold, italics, underline, change the color of the text. You can make the text bigger, or you have like the different sizes here. So maybe you want header 2, bold, and maybe you want to do like a fun color, purple. And then say you want to add a picture, so you can add your picture. Or if you want to add 3 pictures side by side, you can add a grid and then add like 3 pictures side by side. So I'm going to go to Flickr and maybe find some Civil War images and see what I get for fun. I get a lot. So there's one image I'm going to add, and I'm going to update. And then I'm going to, and you can also shrink it within Canvas just to make it a little smaller, because I want it to go across all 3. I'm going to put my cursor in the next grid, image, Flickr, type in Civil War again. For the Creative Commons, there's another fun one I could use. And then I'm going to just shrink it again. Maybe make it a little bigger, so it's about the same size as the next one. And I'm going to go back to Insert Image, Flickr, type in Civil War one more time. And then click on my next photo that I like. And go ahead and search or upload your own photos. Oops, that's me shrinking the grid. So make sure you're not shrinking the grid but the pictures. And then what you've done though is you've created this grid to help separate your images. Otherwise, it is not as easy to work with the images and keep them separated nicely. This way they look kind of parallel and purposeful. So you can do a few design things within Canvas. If you only added images without the grid, type in Civil War again. Double click the picture you want. It's not as easy to place them next to each other. I mean, you can using the cursor in a space. So, there's some ways around working within your pages, but you do want to make sure the pages are. I apologize for the barking. It's the mailman. I would, like I was saying, I would make your pages, try to make them somewhat visual and interesting to look at, because that will grab your students' attention. And I'm going to create a completely different video here coming up about how you can make your pages a little more interesting. But here what I've done is I placed the 3 pictures again, and this time I've just used the spaces. So there are ways, but the grid is kind of handy if you like that automatic spacing, if you don't want to deal with it. But you can space them together if you would like. Now the cool thing about these images, maybe you want the images to be linked. So if you click on the image, you can actually link it and you can put a website there so you have a place for the kids to go. Or if you want to link it, you can actually click on it and make it like it'll go to the discussion you want them to talk to. So that link has been linked to a discussion. So that's cool. And then you can add some text and stuff. So it's like making a little web page or an online textbook. There's really no one way to create a page and what you could use that page for. It could be a bunch of links of assignments that you want them to do. Maybe it says late work and you provide a bunch of links. I don't know. It's up to you. There's really no one way to do pages. So that's one way to organize content within Canvas. And then when you're done, here's the cool thing. If you have options, only teachers can edit. So if you're the only one in charge of this course, obviously only you can edit. But if you would like to make it something where students could edit, like a wiki, where they take ownership of the page, they can have teachers and students, you can have them edit. And that means students can go into this page and change text or add more pictures or add their own pictures. So maybe, you know, there's some cool Revolutionary War topics that you covered and some of those kids went on the DC trip. They can maybe upload some of their own pictures to tie into the conversation. So that is cool. Again, the only downfall of the teachers and students editing pages, I think only one student can edit a page at a time. I tried working with that before and only one student could work on it, and I was going to have them put a bunch of definitions. So that's the only thing that's not as awesome, but you could embed a Google Doc and make the Google Doc available to everybody and they could edit it. And when you're done, publish and save. I'm just going to save it for now, since this isn't a real page. And this is what it's going to look like. And you can even look at it from a student view if you wanted to. Oh, just kidding. Oh no. What did I do? Click on pages again. I want to edit it. So there's my About Mr. Williams page. View all pages. And my Civil War page should be right there. Click this to publish it if you'd like. Or you delete it, or you can share it to comments if you absolutely love what you've created or what your students created and you want to use it again next year. You can share it to comments and make it private or public. If it's private only, you can use it, or you can share it across the building if you'd like other Clay teachers to have it. Click on it, Civil War, and there it is. There's my page. Now, honestly, the grid, you don't see the grid that I created. I had it be invisible. So they both actually look the same, funny enough. And there's the text. And then there's the link I wanted to take you to discussions. So by clicking on that, that's going to take us to, oh no, it took us to a picture. Just kidding. This one is the link. Click on this picture. It actually takes us to the discussion. How cool is that? And if you want to go back to pages, you have to actually click on pages and go back to your pages. So pages are like little mini web pages within Canvas. And you can make them as creative or as simple as you would like. And I'm going to create a couple videos talking about how you can make them more visual. But if you want some simple, this video is for you.